Sunsoft doesn't have the best reputation on the Famicom up to this point. They finally started to turn things around with their port of Fantasy Zone, but that's a Sega game. Could they make their own games that are good? Well, here's Ripple Island to tell us that yes they can. I had actually never put in my copy before recording this video. It had arrived in the same bundle of games as Exciting Boxing a little bit more than a month ago now, so I hadn't had time to really try it out. And admittedly, recording footage while following a walkthrough isn't the best way to enjoy a game. But it was still obvious to me just how special Ripple Island was. The story is that on a tiny island, people live in harmony with animals. But one day the Dark Emperor Geru arrived. He kidnapped the princess of the island, and the king offered her hand in marriage to anyone who could save her. Kyle's a young boy who sets out on this fairy tale adventure. On the way, he'll have to befriend the animals of the island, get the help of a girl whose home was destroyed by the Dark Emperor, cross a treacherous mountain, and finally confront the Emperor himself. Let's get this out of the way first. The visuals and music in Ripple Island are absolutely incredible. Okay, it helps that most of the visuals are static, but there's a wonderful sense of design in this game. If you like 8-bit drawings of cute animals, Ripple Island is the game for you. The interface in Ripple Island is much more streamlined than we've seen in previous adventure games. The icons are move, look, speak, pick up, use, enter, hit, push, and password. There is no separate continue screen in Ripple Island, so you can just go to password whenever you like and get a password, or enter a different password there. The story of Ripple Island is divided up into 5 acts. First, you have to get in to meet the king. Your way is blocked by a stoat, though, so you'll have to wander around the area getting some help from other animals. And in particular, you have to meet this girl who will act as your sidekick throughout the adventure. Once you manage to get into the castle and meet the king, the next couple of acts are based around getting talismans that will help you defeat the Dark Emperor. The second act has one of the things that people like the least in the game. There's some nuts and berries that you'll have to find to give to different animals that there's no real hint on how to locate. You just have to check every bush and tree until you find them. The third act is in the high mountains, and here you have the only timing-based puzzle in the game. You have to move fast when an avalanche starts. Once you're across the mountain, then you have to make your way through a maze-like cave system. Reach the end and repair the boat there, and you can go into the final act of Geru's fortress. One of my biggest disappointments in the game was that the final confrontation with Geru was just a cutscene. You complete the previous puzzle, which doesn't seem to be connected to anything, and then entering the Dark Emperor's room starts a very long cutscene. There's actually multiple endings to Ripple Island. If you fail to solve one puzzle, you'll get a bad ending, and then 2 endings depend on your choice after you defeat the Dark Emperor. Ripple Island is a very short game, and I don't just mean that you can complete it fast by following a walkthrough. I'd estimate that if you had to brute force all of the solutions, you'd still probably complete it in about 3 hours. The areas that you're in for each of the acts is pretty small, roughly a dozen locations, so searching everything is not a time-consuming task. But just because it's short doesn't mean it's not enjoyable. I mean, have you seen how cute these animals are? In Japan, Ripple Island is a bit of a cult classic. It's not on anybody's list of their favorite games, but there's a lot of people who call it out as a masterpiece. That has made Ripple Island a little bit expensive. You can expect to pay about $20 to $30 for a copy if you find one. And I had a surprisingly difficult time locating a copy at any of my sources for cheaper Famicom games. Ripple Island is a delightful game, and it's one of the better surprises I've had while doing Famidaily. I always thought it looked charming, and playing it confirmed that for me.